Why is Soki important to me? For all of the exciting sports that they have us all to be allowed to play. Each and every sport to be playing side by side with your team. Building each other's weaknesses into their strengths that they never knew they had in themselves before. Also to challenge others in their skills of that sport that they are playing, along with the other opponents. For us to learn from our defeats that we lose from. But that doesn't mean to give up so easily. It means to be a player for all to see, so they can be as strong as those other players. And to never give up on the game you're playing. Trust me when I say this. Each time I sit out to watch my team or see the other opponent teams play, I can see they have the courage and they put up a mighty fight to win. But I mainly see they love playing alongside with their opponents. They have a lot of sportsmanship to help keep their team strong. I played a lot of sports, also in the Soki. I played basketball, softball, ran in track and field, and my most favorite sport is soccer. So all I'm saying is that Soki is an inspiration to every player that is young, to where some have a sort of disability. But that doesn't change in what they can't do. It won't damage their pride they have in themselves. Thank you for hearing me speak here today.
How's this? Well, I hate to start all over again, but I will say, and be brief this time, what a special day this is to be here to celebrate Special Olympics. How happy I am to be the sponsor of House Bill 178. You know, I was very honored when Special Olympics came to me and asked me to support this bill. What a worthy bill this is, as we look out to say to you people that spend your time, money, and effort, the adults that help out Special Olympics. You know, what a worthy cause, what great athletes we have here in Kentucky that participate. But you know, people don't really know as much about Special Olympics as they're going to know after we get this bill filed and we get you guys put on the check off. Again, this is going to be a great fight, but it starts today. This is a 45th anniversary of Special Olympics here in Kentucky. And I am very proud to be joined by some of my colleagues in the House and the Senate. Representative Derek Graham, Senator Parrott, Representative Wilson Stone, and the Speaker of the House. Speaker Stumbo is hiding behind the sun. And I would like this time to have Speaker Stumbo step up and make a few comments.
Well, thank you, and thank all of you for the hard work and the effort that you put out for making something special in the lives of so many of these young folks. I know sometimes it's probably trying and maybe you don't get enough thanks. So I would just like to say thank you from all of my colleagues in the House, and I think from probably every Kentuckian, east, west, north, south, recognize that you truly are special and what you do is special, and you deserve recognition and you deserve thanks and you deserve to have this bill passed. Thank you. God bless you.
Senator Dennis Parrott from Elizabethtown. I'm honored to be here as well. I also had the honor of having the Special Olympians and their parents on the Senate floor for a resolution last year as they were headed to the national Special Olympics participation. So I was honored to do that. My niece Amanda Thomas Wade, also from Hardin County, works in the state office, so we're very, very proud of her. This House Bill 178 is very, very important, as Representative King said. We get this passed, we have that tax check off, and and raise some funds for Special Olympics is very, very important. So, but it's not just going to end in the House. Once it gets to the House, it's got to come to the Senate. So make sure you talk to my colleagues so we get this bill passed and further our Special Olympic program in Kentucky. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'd like to begin by thanking Martha Jane King for offering this legislation. I think it's something that's overdue that we should have done a long time ago. I want to congratulate all the adults who work with our Special Olympians. I want to congratulate the Special Olympians and tell you how much that you add to the mix of being young folks in Kentucky. You know, having a wife who's a retired teacher, having been involved with our public schools for a number of years, I know what you add to our high schools, middle schools, even our elementary schools. When our young folks get together, they learn how to work together, to play together, to achieve together. You Special Olympians add a great deal to that. We want to do all we can to add to your lives and to your ability to have a rich life as you grow in Kentucky. Thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you all so much. It's a pleasure being here today. I can only just say, having several kids in my high school, and I see one former student, Lee Fallis, who's here. She's called me on several occasions to tell me, Mr. Graham, I want you to support this bill. So Lee, don't slide down under the chair. I've taken heed of what you said. And I want you to know, Shelley, I see Shelley back there now, who's a former student of mine who works at our Stewart home here in Franklin County. But I will be a proud co-sponsor if Representative King will allow me to be a co-sponsor of the bill. And I'm happy to be supportive of it. And we're going to work very hard to get this through and have the government to sign it. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for the work that you do. And thank all of you who are engaged and involved in this process.
I want to introduce the Executive Director for Special Olympics. I'm sure you all know who this lady is. Trish Mazzoni was so nice to come to my office and ask me to do this. And so I want to, before I turn it over to her though, I want to say that one of the athletes that was going to California is Lee Dawkins. And as much as Lee and her family wanted to be here today, her brother was called to the hospital. There's a great possibility he's going to have a kidney transplant, could even be happening now. So let's please take a second with our thoughts and prayers and wish the Dawkins family well as possibly her brother gets a new kidney. But at this time, would you please take the microphone? Thank you. Thank you so much. Man, it's so good to see all of you all. Representative King, I cannot thank you enough. And when she says she was happy to do this, let me tell you, she enthusiastically, I mean off the charts, embraced this when we brought this before her. So, and she mentioned Lee Dawkins, she has a personal touch to our program, like so many people do. So, Representative King, thank you very, very much. This is an exciting year for Special Olympics. Representative King mentioned that this is our 45-year anniversary. 45 years of changing and impacting lives of folks here in Kentucky. What do you think about that? That's impressive. You know, we've grown in those 45 years from a one-day event back in 1970. If you do the math, that would be 1970. This concept of Special Olympics came to Kentucky. And there was a one-day event. It was a track meet. I don't know if anybody in the room was there. It was at Valley Station High School in Louisville. And about 100 people showed up. And I can only imagine what the thinking was like, oh, this is something new. I wonder if this is going to be good. I wonder if this is going to be fun. I wonder what the parents were thinking. And I thought, I wonder if this will be the only time we ever do this. I think not. Look what happened 45 years later. So from that one day, one event back in 1970 to where we are today, 45 years later, so happy and proud to tell you here we are. A year-round program. There was a sports season. All the parents out here know that, don't you? Because we're driving around to all the practices and stuff. 16 sports. And Special Olympics Kentucky currently today serves just over 7,000 athletes. Isn't that great? Well, let me tell you, while, we're a sports program, It's the core of who we are and what we'll always be. But we've grown to be so much more, and many of you know this. Think about this. Sports we do well, we do it really well. But we've grown to be the world's largest health screening provider. Think about that, the world's largest health screening provider to those with intellectual disabilities. We do that in Special Olympics. We have a new program called Project Unify, where we're playing a critical role in helping shape our young generation by empowering them to create communities of tolerance and acceptance. Think about how important that is in today's world. Special Olympics touches nearly 1 in 6 lives here in Kentucky. Every 1 in 6 lives we touch in some way, shape, or form. So we're in every part of the state. Martha Jane mentioned that. We're a vital part, we're a fabric of almost every community in the state of Kentucky. We do all this, and we currently receive no state funding. So we do all that through individual donations. Companies and businesses sponsor us, grants and foundations. So obviously you know where I'm going with this. So we're here not only today to celebrate an amazing 45 years, but to really rally everybody around the support for House Bill 178, because it would be extremely important to us. I'm here to ask all of our legislators to please vote yes to House Bill 178 and allow Special Olympics to become a tax checkoff option for the residents of Kentucky. Now, something real special. Before I introduce our next speaker, I want to introduce a couple athletes, several of them here today. This is a special year for us. We've talked about our legislative work here, our 45-year anniversary. This is a special year for another reason. For the first time in 16 years, the Special Olympics World Summer Games are going to return to the United States. This summer, the 2015 World Summer Special Olympics Games are going to be held in Los Angeles, California. And we are super excited to tell you we have some of those, we're actually sending 4 athletes from Kentucky that are going to be a part of Team USA. And so when I call your name, I'm going to ask if you'll stand up, please. We have a rhythmic gymnast from Erlanger, Kentucky, Danielle Blakeney. All right. And Miss Amanda Browning from Taylorsville, Kentucky. She is a bowler. Look at that, Grant. And our swimmer, Mr. Chris Willis from Owensboro, Kentucky. And Martha Jane mentioned the other young lady, Lee Dawkins, is from Russellville, Kentucky. She is an artistic gymnast. Lee called, her parents called this morning, couldn't be here with us. We know where she is. She's where she needs to be right now. But we want to recognize Lee too. Let's give it up for our 4 athletes. Thank you all very much. So now you've met our 4 Special Olympics athletes who are going to represent USA at the World Games this summer. Now I'm happy we have with us another great athlete who knows a little something about the importance of sports, teamwork, and representing your country. He has worn 2 of his country's uniforms, one as a soldier in the U.S. Army, and one as a member of the U.S. Olympic team at the 2014 Winter Olympic Games, where he competed in bobsledding. Mike, could you explain that one to us? When he returned from the Sochi Games, he auctioned off one of his speed suits he wore during the races there, and the proceeds benefited Special Olympics Kentucky.
And I've been there a couple times, and the people were fantastic. Facilities were fantastic. And when I was over there, you know, it meant so much to have so much support and have so many people behind me in an entire state. And I received numerous letters and numerous photos and messages, and a handful of those were from fellow Olympians from the Special Olympics. And you know, I felt like I wasn't alone at that point. We have 7,000 Special Olympians in the state, not just one Olympian, but 7,001. And it's such an honor to be a part of this organization. And when I was over there, about a week before I left, people think Olympians make a lot of money, and that's not the case. With the amount of money I made, I came home and went grocery shopping, and I was broke again. So, but I knew I had an opportunity to stand for a little bit more, and a little bit more than just being a soldier, a little bit more than just being an Olympian, and stand for other people that want to partake in that dream. And one of pretty much the majority of the time spent over there, I was thinking about the Special Olympics of Kentucky, and thinking about what a fantastic opportunity I have right now, and how I'd like to share that opportunity with them. And I gave away my Olympic speed suit, the one I wore in the 2-man and 4-man games, and immediately upon returning, obviously auctioned that off, and all the proceeds went directly to the Special Olympics. And that's such a small part of something now I get to be a part of, and us put in a box that makes it convenient for everyone to get to help, and everyone to get to go out of their way and continue to support this dream and of so many, and making this so much bigger than what it was and what it is. And it's fantastic to be a part of something so much greater than ourselves. And I'm reminded a quote from Abraham Lincoln. It says, "Whatever you are, be a good one." And I take that with me every day, and I plan on being a good supporter, and hopefully a good coach to you guys, and a good soldier, and a good Olympian. There's not a past tense word for Olympian. I haven't made one yet. So you get to carry it with the rest of your life, and what are you going to do with it when you become one? Thank you so much for having me out.
Dallas, thank you so much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 speakers left, and I am so excited. These 2 gentlemen to my left here really are Special Olympics athletes, and to me the true voice of our program. So first I would like to introduce to you a Special Olympics athlete from Lexington, Kentucky. I believe he's a UK fan. I think. Mr. Morgan Turner.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Morgan Turner, and I am one of the thousands of athletes who has had their lives changed by Special Olympics. Special Olympics has given me the opportunity to travel around Kentucky, make new friends, and compete in the sports that I love, like softball, basketball, and flag football. Special Olympics has been an important part of my life, and I'm so glad I have the opportunity to participate. I am asking our legislators for your help to reach even more athletes like me. Please support HB 178. That will give people an easy way to support Special Olympics. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Morgan. Great job. And now I'd like to introduce to you from Fort Mitchell, Kentucky, Special Olympics athlete, global messenger, and Special Olympics board member, Luke Rutterer.
Thank you, everybody. Hello, my name is Luke Rutterer, a Special Olympics athlete and Special Olympics Kentucky board representative. Like my fellow athlete Morgan, Special Olympics Kentucky has impacted my life more than just on the field of competition. It has afforded me the opportunity to serve as the voice for my fellow athletes on the Special Olympics Board of Directors and help lead a movement of inclusion. This is why I stand here today asking for your support of House Bill 178. Vote yes to help more individuals like myself be able to share their gifts, skills, and friendships in their local communities from around the state. Thank you for your time and your yes vote on House Bill 178.
For all of your participation and coming, and please join us when the House of Representatives goes into session at 4 o'clock. Please join us on the House floor as we recognize the 45th anniversary of the Special Olympics. You know, I get to be your voice today, but you have a big job in front of you. In the next couple of weeks, no, in the next week, let me say that. You have 1 week. I need all of you all to get busy. I need you all to call your representatives and senators and let them know how important it is that we pass this bill. Let them know that you don't receive funding. Let them know how much time and effort the adult volunteers put into Special Olympics. And they do not get compensated from that. Just because I'm your voice today does not mean that I don't need your voice to help me. So this next week, get on the phone, talk to the senators, talk to the representatives, and tell them how much you support House Bill 178. If we work together, we can get this bill passed for a very special group, for a very special reason. Let's pass House Bill 178 for Special Olympics. Thank you so much for being here.
All right. Thank you all very much for coming out. Again, as Representative King said, our work really is just beginning. This next week is very critical, very critical. Your legislators need to hear from you. If you haven't made that phone call or sent that email or knocked on her door or whatever, we need to get that going. Tell your friends and everybody to call their legislators and ask for a yes vote for House Bill 178. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.
When I first started at Stewart Home School, I became interested in sports. The first sport that I started was basketball, and then I played many other sports. I have played basketball, cheerleading, soccer, swimming, softball, and tennis with Special Olympics. I love doing stuff with different people, not just by myself. Being a part of a team teaches me to work hard, listen to my coaches, and learn about the sport. I encourage my teammates to go out and work hard. I love getting to meet different people from other teams too. As the mayor of Stewart Home School, I would like for the community to support Special Olympics so that I can keep playing sports and do what I love.